All right, what's everyone? What's up, everyone? Oh wow, I can't even talk. What's up, everyone? It's Blizzard, and we are here with the Week 8 recap for Phalanx, and I'm joined today by
Nick.
yeah, and we coming into this last week, um, pretty much guaranteed that we would be the top two seeds, which is pretty awesome. And we both had some pretty good seasons. Nick had an incredible season, and went undefeated without dropping a single game. I think in the first 4 weeks, which was crazy. But the number one seed was actually not determined yet, so the results of this week would determine which of us gets to be the number one seed, and also it determined a lot of other parts of playoffs in terms of seeding and for who got into playoffs. So pretty fun week if I do say so myself. And our first match we have is WA versus TBL, the two rain teams. Pretty fire that they get to play at some point, in the regular season. I've
Yeah, you love to see the competing same weathers,
Yeah, because so often it's a weather war. Um,
right?
One thing though is that WA does not need rain nearly as much as TBL, so that's kind of a big advantage. WA also has to deal with the Rhyperior on TBL side because Lightning Rod, and there's also Volt Absorb from Kilo, so like electric communities on both sides. Um,
Yeah,
the Terra
yeah, and
Fire is kind of crazy into. I know Fires is one four times weakness, but into a rain matchup, having Terra Fire is kind of weird.
yeah, I don't know if while it's not really presenting like a fire threat, other than maybe from like Heat Crash from Kuparaja, or maybe Scrafty gets like a fire punch.
He also brought
But
Terra. He brought Scarf, Terra Fire, Terra Blast on the floor just one week into Raphael. I think that was maybe last week, but like that was it. Like that's not something he's gonna be bringing every week.
yeah,
um,
yeah,
we do see
but
other notable terrors are like water is basic, grass is basic for these two guys. Dragon to resist the electric and not be weak to water or grass or whatever. Um, Terra Grass is interesting on Raj. I guess just to resist water moves and electric moves. Um, Terra Ground Polytoad to me indicates Terra Blast for Arch
yeah.
and maybe Rhyperior.
Also, just nice to Also, just nice for the immunity into Arch as well.
Yeah. Um, yeah, actually, that could be it as well. Like when I see Terra Ground on Pelipper, I assume it's for the immunity, but when I see it on Polytoad, for some reason I think Terra Blast. I don't know. But I guess we'll see. And then also the one Terraband on either side of Basculeech and Archaludon. We've seen Archaludon dominate Reg H in the past, winning both season 1 and season 3, which were the two other seasons of Reg H. So he literally won the two other times it was legal. TBL here, I believe, is guaranteed to miss out on playoffs even if he wins this matchup, but while fighting for a top 4 spot, if he wins, I think he guarantees third or fourth. And then if he loses, then he maybe barely misses out. Um, but yeah, interesting to see these two rain teams go at it, and we'll get into it. Very kind of standard lead for WA, probably expecting a Pelly lead on the other side. Doesn't quite get it, but still gets these two guys. I don't know. He's
Yeah,
still
and
threatening a lot of damage.
yeah, was the only one like this through this lead. TBL is not threatening a ton of damage into either of these guys. I think Wa is in a pretty comfortable spot here. Can set up Tailwind, can just go on the offensive, but
Yes.
neither Illumise or Scizor are really going to do too much into Basque or
Well, Scissor has
Kilowatt
knockoff,
So,
right? Or did it? I
oh,
know it has it in
yeah, it
champions,
does. You're right.
but
Yeah, it does.
so then like
So
Tailwind knockoff would put in work
you're right.
maybe if
Yeah.
he yeah I don't know we'll see I guess.
So,
Oh, but he just flip turn. No prank streaming from Illumise is interesting
mhm.
Gets the Intimidate off. Oh my god, rips the Dry Hurricane and kills. What a good turn from Wa already. Like, just drops Scizor for nothing. Gets free positioning. And loses, like maybe loses Sash on Kilo and is now -1. Also reveals Volt Absorb, which like I assumed it'd be Volt Absorb, not competitive, but like
Right.
he just
But
took
if
that
he was
gamble.
competitive, then yeah.
That'd have been a crazy turn one. Um
Yeah.
but yeah, Arch is the field, but it's out of rain, so you assume Illumise
And
clicks
now
rain dance.
Scrafty is and Scrafty's in a great spot into Arch too.
He also has fake out, so like he could just fake out Illumise
Yeah.
or Arch. He gets a free stamina boost if he gets faked out into Arch, but still. Oh, it's a switch to Pelipper. Same thing as just clicking Rain Dance, pretty much. And Protect on Arch. Interesting. Oh, this could work out really
Mm.
well, though. I mean, yeah, wastes a knockoff, but, like, yeah, he just loses Pelipper. Like, straight up loses it. And learns the item on Arch in exchange for getting it to +2. Doesn't even kill Kilowattrel from neutral, by the way. Which is crazy, because Kilowattrel's so frail and Arch is so strong, but, like, damn.
Yeah.
Maybe also you
Can't imagine
think,
that's max invested.
yeah. I mean, this has got to be, well. It's power herb too, so I feel like power herb sets you expect to be more offensive, but it's not sturdy, so maybe it probably is a little more defensive, right?
Power Herb's also an interesting call when you have Rain on both sides and
Yeah,
Illumise to supposedly set up Rain.
yeah.
So
I don't really get that. I think like
maybe he was
AV
worried
Arch
about,
Choppleberry.
yeah. I don't know if Wa had a way to, Wa probably had a few ways to run a different weather to maybe counter Rain. Because like you mentioned, TBL really needs Rain a lot more than Wa.
But
But,
he doesn't really have. I mean, like he can get Sunny Day on something, sure, but
right.
like other than that, like Illumise has Prankster weather, so he can probably win if there is
Hmm.
trying to have a weather war. I don't know why Wa would
Right.
want it, but if so, then like yeah, I mean. I think Wa's strategy so far has been like, I don't need to set up rain because you're going to do that for me and it'll benefit me as well. So
Hmm.
smart thinking
Yeah.
there. And like he hasn't even sent out he flip turned once, and now Basket's just still in the back. Looks like he's gonna win this game without Basket Legion or without Basket Legion playing like a pivotal role.
Yeah. Yeah. Really strong position for Wa.
Actually does not do a ton because he's -1 and actually loses Kilo there as well. But Drain Punch just nothing because of stamina.
Yeah. This
I
is
mean,
where body press, no body press and Arch is really hurting it.
yeah, I forgot that we
Because
combo expand that.
+3 body press into Scrafty would have just cleared it there.
Yeah. Oh, it's Earth Power. It doesn't need Terra Blast. It's Earth Power. Got you. And learned about Covert Cloak on Illumise. Good info. Um, but Arch will live at 1, as it can probably pick up. Oh, it doesn't even pick up.
Oh,
Bro, it's +1 helping hand boosted, and that Politoed still tanks that. That's crazy.
Politoed's just a beefy mon. You always expect something to pick up on Politoed, and it just doesn't.
He's probably. I
But yeah,
mean, I think Wa makes it seem bulkier because like he always runs like the most
yeah, he
like
does.
weird like bulky like Polytoad Basket
Yeah,
Legion like everything, and it's
yeah,
like
very
so hard to
intricate
kill.
sets.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
said it's
but yeah, very
8V.
well played by Wa. Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. Very well played. He kind of cooked game 1 and like learned some information. Like learned Power Herb, learned Covert Cloak, learned 2 moves, and Illumise never clicked Rain Dance, so maybe it doesn't have it. Um, I think he killed 2 Pokemon before they could move.
right. Yep. So yeah, we don't know much about that Scizor yet, but
But I mean, if you're Wa, you're probably fine. Like, I don't
yeah,
know.
it doesn't threaten a ton into what he ended up bringing.
Ooh, and gets the Intimidate off on the Barraskewda too, which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, fake out on the Terra Dragon, making him waste his Terra. Doesn't get a ton of chip, and we'll get up Trick Room here, yeah, for free. And Machagacha is probably fishing a burn on Scizor. Doesn't
Hmm.
get it, but Focus Sash is also interesting. Oh my god, bro. Scizor, I
Ooh.
forgot how strong Technician boosted Dual Wing Bee was. And there goes Scrafty as well to
It's-
Hurricane. Actually, things are
yeah.
turning around. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's a huge turn for TBL.
you do have the two slower Mons if you're Wob, but like I don't know. I don't know if you can kill
Mm,
Scizor with this turn. If you can't, then it can probably well, it might be
yeah,
banded
because
with that much
Scizor's not
damage.
going to be super fast. But yeah, whatever probably Raj can do into it, because I don't imagine Politoed's carrying coverage for other than Earth Power, which is neutral.
Yeah, and that's
So,
already kind of.
yeah.
I don't know what other coverage to be running.
All right.
Also, get out of your spam. You said your mom in chat. All right. Yeah, we'll see if. Oh, he just switched out. So he probably is banded, I'd imagine. And the heat crash
Mhm.
coming out into it. But oh wow, Pelly dies anyways. This Politoed doing a ton of damage. Probably just gonna rip the. Oh
Uh-huh.
wait,
Oh, protect and
Earth
urge.
power from both. We have mixed Raj,
Mi-
bro.
Mixed Raj is
What
insane.
is this? Get out of here, Wah, bro. What was he cooking? And then he rips the heat crash again, kills Scizor, because TBL can't tear at this point, and electroshock. I mean, it kills Raj, but like, yeah, no, it's
It
cooked.
helps with differential, but yeah.
Which doesn't matter at this point because he's missed
Right.
playoffs. But like this this Terra Ground tier was really what won him the game. Like, if let's say he
Yeah.
kills Raj here, he's at +1. Then like, well, we already saw him. If it's Scizor
Yeah. With it
and
being AV, yeah.
if it's Scizor Arch and Arch is +1, Arch will 2-hit kill Politoed, right? Scizor will do some damage to
Mhm.
Politoed, so you win that. But
Yeah, I think
there's
so.
no way you win like this situation because of Raj just being a demon, and you're banded, so you can't do anything except like bullet
Mhm.
punch maybe, which is resisted to both. So like, yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. So that second or third turn when Wild lost both of his mons, it just let him get his sweepers in, I guess, with Kuvaraja and Politoed.
Yeah, I thought he was getting
But
fried honestly in these. Like
yeah,
once he lost
he was down
both.
4-2.
Yeah, he did like some damage, but then like actually he did some good damage to Pelipper still,
Yeah.
but like Pelipper's like very little bulk probably, so that's not that big of a deal. And you kill two of TBO gets 2 kills here. Sure, Trick Room's up, but it's like I don't know. I just thought like from this position it'd be 1, but maybe because there's no Rhyperior in the back. If Rhyperior was there,
Yeah.
oh that'd be probably be a different game. I don't know.
Yeah. Though you probably want Rapiers would be in a tricky spot because you probably want to tear grass on it, but you can't do that in front of like Heat Crash.
Yeah.
So it just depends on how you position it. But that could have been a good call out for this different mode that we'll end up going for in game 2 with the Trick Room.
Mm-hmm. We also, by the way, don't see it, but this Politoed is actually water absorb over Drizzle, and that's why he's Terra Ground into a rain team. Like
Oh,
it,
yeah.
it could open you up to like Barraskewda, Pelipper, or whatnot, but like
Hmm.
because you're water absorb, you're fine. Which is so stupid, but I mean it works. Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, Wah actually had a really good set there. Kind of fried TBL.
Yeah. Yeah. Really well played by Wah.
All right. Well, let's move on to our second set, which is P4 versus Saline. Both of these players are in contention for playoffs. Um, and I think maybe one of them also can be top 4. I can't really remember, but they are both, I think, locked into playoff. Um, Maybe Saline needs a win here to be guaranteed, but I think they're both locked into playoffs. And yeah, it was funny because we've seen this Poltegeist put in way too much work for P4. Like that should not be a like legit trick room setter, but he's used it as a trick room setter like way too many times. Um, we see Weezing really get into this team. Like Decidueye doesn't like
Mhm.
losing like scrappy if you're Terra Ghost, which actually he isn't Terra Ghost on anything, but I guess he can't hit Poltergeist as well.
Yeah.
Sandstream obviously is
All of
overhit.
Saber's want their abilities. Like
Yeah,
all of them want it.
I mean, like literally all valuable. So, um, pretty nice matchup there. Though you do have like Wheezing and Metagross weak to grounds, Volk weak to 4 times weak to
Yeah.
rock. We have a fighting weak, so like a psychic weak, so or two,
Yeah,
I guess.
Excadrill looks pretty good here if it can get positioned well. Assuming it's neutralizing gas on the Wheezing, which it
Yeah.
probably is. But
And actually, the funny thing about Wheezing is you can always tell what its ability is right away, because Misty
yeah,
Surge obviously creates Misty Terrain. Neutralizing Gas announces itself, and if it doesn't announce itself, then you know it's Levitate. So,
yeah,
yeah, let's get into it. Uh, and it's Wheezing Volk into Exca Rotom, and it is just neutralizing gas. Makes sense. Terra fighting right away. Maybe like Terra Blast or something. Oh my god, it is.
ooh,
Overheat rips into Volk. Interesting, but like you get Tailwind up, so you're probably in a good spot
yeah,
here. Oh, staying in.
puts P4.
Damn, that did a lot of damage. Um,
Yeah,
is it?
yeah,
It's
that
D-Gleam this time, actually, not Terra Blast. Good
not
call there.
not another two. Yeah, yeah. After that turn one, I think P4 got himself in a really good spot, just because the immediate tailwind, assuming you outpace Excadrill, who is like the one offensive threat to both Weezing and Volcarona, but the Terra, and then yeah, Rotom's now on the field at -2 stages of attack. Bravery's out here doing nothing. You have Tailwind up.
I just lost most of its
Uh,
health on Switch. Like it's gonna be at
yeah,
8% at the end of this turn. So yeah,
yeah.
he's kind of frying him.
I think P4's in a really good spot now.
Yeah. And at this point, what do you even do? I mean, like you can't really switch in on a heat wave. You probably volt switch Rotom and then just like let Braviary die. I guess I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're P4, you just ignore the Rotom if it's gonna stay.
Yeah, I mean, overheat did not. You probably got a volt switch into like Volk here. I don't know what else you do.
Yeah,
Though he's like Specs. He's not Scarf because we saw him move last, right?
right. Yeah,
Um,
because Volt got Tailwind up first.
and Volk's not Scarf, we know. So like
All right.
maybe it's Specs, but like that's not Specs damage. There's no way overheat to 67%. Actually, like maybe, but probably not. Like let's be real here. Oh, he just rips the resisted Bug Buzz. Interesting. Yeah, just 2 resisted attacks to
Yeah, with
Rotom. I
yeah.
guess you don't care about Rotom that much. So that's kind of fine. Probably calling out a switch there and then into a needy, right?
Mhm.
So that's it's reasonable. Yeah, only had resisted attacks into it anyway. So
Yeah.
is it no ability shield so far? By the way, from what we've seen,
Yeah.
which like you
Interesting.
assume something has it. Either Cheetar or Indeedee is what I think.
Yeah,
Um,
because one you would either want it for Sand Rush on Excadrill or Psychic Train would be
well, you
really
can't
nice for
get
Indeedee
Sand Rush
here.
actually because that'd
Oh,
be
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
two
So
ability
then the
shields.
sand itself isn't really that. The sand itself then isn't that useful. It would
Yeah,
I would think would be on that DD then.
that's what I was thinking too. But we don't see Psychic Terrain come up. So actually, imagine how good E Force would be here into these 2 fighting types now.
Yeah.
But maybe he still clicks it as a single target move. Exca finally hits the field as Rotom switches out. Indeed, he just loses all its health
Yeah.
instantly because Tailwind's up. And yeah, I I I mean, you probably just want a Volt switch. Maybe you switch into Exca there. Well, I get being afraid of fighting moves, but like I don't know. The answer is not to just switch in DD to die. Kind of right the turn before it could have been good, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty cooked at this point, anyways. Ooh, Wheezing lives too, so like this is just like super cooked. And yeah, he kills Rotom. Dies to it's Life Orb Wheezing. Maybe it
Oh,
already showed that. Definitely already showed that. I just didn't
yeah.
realize. But EQ doesn't even kill Metagross, and yeah, this is pretty cooked. I mean, he gets it.
Mhm.
If let's say if he was like banded EXO, which we know it wasn't, right? But like,
Right. But
or
if he was, that might have picked up.
yeah,
Or would have been closer at least, because you know the sash is on Indeedee, so
mm-hmm.
whatever Excadrill's running
Yeah, this is
could presumably be an attack boosting.
a little disappointed in just how straightforward Tealing played, but like P4
Yeah.
just played generally well. So
Mm.
we'll see if Sandy can turn it around though with a little bit better of play or prep or whatever. We see a Braviary Decidueye this time. Decidueye didn't even come at all last game. Ooh, now
Yeah.
Terra Ghosts right away. Interesting. Not weak to Fairy anymore.
Yeah.
Or Flying. Ooh, Esper Wing just kills right away. Gets rid of the neutralizing gas. And Brave Bird also brings Volk down to Sash. Both the things are pretty big. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this could be a
Yeah.
really. Ooh. Braviary goes down. If Braviary had lived there, this could be a very different game. But I guess Exia does get a click whatever now, though. Rock Slide?
Yeah, you don't really want to
Oh,
click.
no, but he
It
just.
has. Oh,
Wait. Oh,
so
it's
slower than.
Tailwind.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
Tailwind. This is Scarf Metagross, right? Yeah, this is
Oh,
Scarf Metagross.
yeah.
And then Volk is just naturally faster. But since
Right.
Exia is not Sash,
So,
he just dies before he can move. Because
yeah.
Tailwind and much more, and Sandrush can't allow
Sa-
it. So
right.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Sash on Excadrill and ability surge or ability shield on Indeedee would have been nice,
That
I
would have been
think.
huge. I mean, like Ndidi would have not been able to win right away, but like if you can stall out the first Tailwind, then sure. Here,
Mhm.
Exca, if it were Sash, it would have lived and done something at least.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Though I guess P4 knows that Excadrill isn't Sash, so he doesn't need to double into
that's true.
Excadrill too. So gets a
And
good chunk into Tyranitar there too.
he would have killed Decidueye too, right? So he would have. That's also a reason to
Yeah,
play.
Decidueye was very low. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, this is now, even though Volt goes down, it's a, oh yeah, him only is to T-Tar here is also really good. So dark knockoff, yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
over.
Kills him like 3 times over.
Yeah, and then P4 played that really well.
Um,
Tupac went at full health
yeah.
land. It's crazy. He just got up Tailwind
Yeah.
and then
Very well played.
won with speed. Like that's all I needed to
Yeah.
do. And
Yeah. Both games.
I think that's been P4's biggest strength this season. He hasn't. It's not like he's been playing in like a super crazy way, making some insane reads. Like the way he plays is like generally straightforward, but what he does is in prep, he identifies the best winning strategy for him or the opponent's winning strategy and he counters it, right? But he just plays like the best possible strategy pretty much, and then he doesn't need to play like insanely well. Like here, he just got
Yeah.
up Tailwind. He identified, okay, just if I can click Tailwind with Volk, I'll run Sash on Volk to make sure I can get it up easy. I'll lead Wheezing both games so he can't like Sand Rush and outspeed me, right? Um,
Hmm.
because again, like only one can hold the ability shield, so it's not like one like you can Sand Rush and outspeed me. Um, so like there's no way to outspeed and stop me from getting off Tailwind, and once I get up Tailwind, I'm gonna win the game, and so that's just what he did. Like he's very
Yeah.
clean, very straightforward,
Hmm.
but he's done that like almost every week, and it's worked really well. He's just so good at doing that that's found him a lot of success, and so pretty
Yeah.
impressive to see those like good like call outs and prep, especially as a singles player like coming into doubles. Like those, it doesn't directly translate. But he's kind of proving otherwise. He's had a really
Yeah.
good season.
Yeah. Identifying your win con and yeah,
Yeah,
working towards it. I think Saline not having like fake out pressure and that kind of stuff is really helpful for him and being able to run Sash on Folk and that kind of stuff too.
yeah.
But yeah, still really well put together by P4 and really well played.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so next we have your matchup. So you can kind of take the reins
Oh.
with this one. We do see a Centret on the field, by the way. In case
Yeah, that's
you
my
missed
goat.
it.
Yeah, so we'll talk about Centret because that's what everyone wants. So Centret is there in case Venusaur starts getting any ideas about pressing Sleep Powder Elchan. And I have Centret as follow me in case I don't want to deal with that. Because I still remember the week where Blizz kind of destroyed me with putting all my mons to sleep. Um, so I will not have that done to me again. So my approach in Pilza was kind of, um, gosh, let me think back to it. He has a very solid fire core, so I thought Glamora looked very nice into those mons.
Hmm.
I also like Mudsdale and Dragonite as heavy hitters, and Mian Chao as an enabler, and Volbeat as a disruptor.
I
Um,
I assume the Terra Flying is for Terra Flying Terra Blast on Dragonite.
yes,
Yeah, it makes sense because
yes,
I mean he
yep,
does have out of these mons that he brought, we have 4 weaknesses, right?
yeah, yeah,
To flying right away, and we see that 2 of them are a Terra type that resists, but 2 of them aren't, and one of them actually is still weak to flying. So
yeah.
that's pretty nice. Also, the Terra Dragon on the Mudsdale resisting the grass moves and fire moves still, um, and still resisting
It's my
electric from
favorite
Bike
Terra
Volt.
to run on him. Yep.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen
I've
that
run.
a
I
couple of
think I've run
times.
it a couple of times. Yep. It's just good. It resists his most common weaknesses.
And then is Terra Dark for to be immune to the prankster moves from Whimsicott?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
makes sense.
It's mostly there to bluff it. I'm mental herb on this set.
Oh,
It's
gotcha.
but it's Dark Terra to kind of try to dissuade Whimsicott, or at least make him think twice about clicking any types of those moves into my Volbeat.
Yeah, I do that all the time, honestly. Like when I was running Volbeat, I would run Terra Ghost to dissuade people from clicking Fake Out. Even if I was
Yeah.
even if I was
Yep.
Covert Cloak, I would still run Terra Ghost because I'm like I'm never
Yep.
clicking Terra, except like maybe I do,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I'm not gonna click Terra on Volbeat unless I maybe do this time. I
Yeah,
haven't done it
exactly.
any of the weeks before, but what
You
if?
don't want to be the one guy who gets boomed.
Yeah.
Is so Centret, by the way, is it goggles or is it's just EVI, right? With follow me.
It's Focus Sash.
Oh, it's focus. I guess yeah, it makes sense. It's
For
not really
Endeavor.
bulky enough to
Yeah.
be
No.
EVI,
It's Focus
anyways.
Sash Endeavor, follow me. Um I I thought Endeavor could be fun. But yeah.
Yeah, pretty fun stuff here. And by the way, and in this situation, uh, Nick and I are we are currently tied in game differential, because he won 2-0 and I won. I had a forfeit win, so that's basically 2-0 win. In week 7. So coming into this, because his kill differential is like so much higher than mine, especially with me having a forfeit win. Like it was already higher than mine, but the forfeit win just made the gap like insane. Um, if he wins this, then a 2-0, then he's guaranteed to be higher than me. If he doesn't win 2, like anything other than 2-0, I have a chance to become the 1 seed. Um, and Pilza here needs to literally win the set to make playoffs. If he doesn't win the set, then he needs like Chuckles to lose and TBL to lose, and or maybe something else than that. And we saw TBL lost, but like he still needed a lot of other people to lose if he wanted to make playoffs. So winning in for Pilza and 2-0 and number 1 seed for Nick here. So those are the stakes. But yeah, you can kind of take the reins with this one if you want. I know I have the control, so it's a little weird, but
Yeah. Um so yeah, I kind of just wanted to get rid of the Whimsicott and was thinking Poison Jab would pick it up.
ooh, but
Um
he lives, and then the Utera flying, so the ice with multi scale. Ice Punch is like way
Right.
less than it should.
But yeah, he was a very bulky Wims
Oh,
for that to not to
yeah,
kill, but
Wims
I
got.
did double into it
Yeah.
to very much kill it.
I mean, it would have done like pretty much nothing into the Hariyama, even if you had killed,
Right,
right?
with the Terra
So it's
Steel.
kind of
Yeah.
fine. But like, he gets up Tailwind, so that's not
Yeah.
fortunate. He does get burned too, so like he's actually in a pretty good spot after this turn. Vikavolt is pretty
Yeah.
funny being in
Yeah, and I'm
Tailwind.
not certain how fast his Vikavolt is, but in Tailwind it's probably faster than my Dragonite.
Though we've
Um,
seen in a
even though
few
they're
weeks, he has run a power item on it to have its speed. You do have
mhm.
Mudsdale and Glowking who's slower than it, so maybe he wants to run like
Yeah.
a slow version. I'm not sure why he would come
Yeah, that
out
was something I
here.
had to think about with his team is he's run it very much as Trick Room or Tailwind, so trying to figure out which speed option he was going to go for was very difficult to figure out. So that's something you kind of saw with my team is I brought very different speed tiers.
Yeah, you have like your Glamoras, your Mienshau's, right? And then you also have
Yeah.
like a Mudsdale and Sentry. It's just like way too slow.
Yeah.
Um yeah, protect here makes sense, just kind of scout. Oh, so you move first, you
Yep.
nuke Hariyama. Oh, great turn for you actually. And you still alternative Tailwind, like could not have gone a whole lot better. You're gonna die to that all. You're not Sash actually on
Yeah.
Mienshao. Do you
Right.
remember what item you
Yeah.
were?
I was Roselli.
Oh, for the
So
Whimsicott.
specifically for Whims, yeah.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Um, and damn, that does so much damage. Spiky here. Are you gonna rain it? Oh, you're just gonna set up your own tail one. Makes sense. Oh, but there goes full beat.
Yeah.
He
Yeah. It
discharged.
was
What is he doing, bro?
yeah, I don't know right there. I think Thunderbolt was probably just the better play because
For
Weatherbolt's
sure.
always gonna pick up. Um, but
He's
yeah,
gonna
I think
sacrifice his
Tailwind
health.
was I think Talon was more important than Rain Dance for me there, just so Dragonite always outspeeds
Makes sense,
Ninetales.
yeah.
Um,
And you can
because
always get off
I'm
your
not
attack
I'm
with
not
them.
max speed Dragonite or anything. I'm very minimal speed invested Dragonite.
Gotcha. So yeah, Tailwind does make a lot of sense there, even if you lose the Volbeat. I'm not sure if you can pick this up though, especially with that protect. Ooh, good protect there. Oh, Ninetales dies though anyway, so actually it does
Yeah.
not matter at all. And there goes Vikavolt. So
Yeah.
if Ninetales had lived that somehow, then like it would have been a really good protect
Yeah, I
there.
was calking and it would have taken like max. Um,
Yeah.
and I don't he would based on his damage, he wouldn't have.
Well, if he
Um,
hadn't discharged there, I think he actually wins that, right?
yeah, yeah,
Potentially.
I don't think yeah,
With this
I don't know how
play,
much I was doing to I don't know if I was one hit knock. Yeah, I might have had to double into it.
well, you would have probably changed your
Uh,
targeting then too.
yeah, I would have.
So,
Yeah, I would have. Yeah,
like,
targeted it
if
with
you
the
had made the
Gamora.
same play and he was at full, then he probably wins. But you
Yeah,
probably would make a different play, so you still probably win that. But
yeah,
yeah, very close game though, and good game from both of you.
yeah. That one was closer than I'd have liked, but his team is so scary.
Yeah, I like his team. I helped him. I helped him make it, and
Yeah.
he really took the reins with like I thought I was gonna be like having to help him like with like every step of the way, but like no, like he's been making the teams like every week. He's been like thinking of cool ideas. All the interesting in tech and prep
Mm.
he has is all him. So like I've done minimal help and he's just been kind of locked in. But loses game one, unfortunately. You're one step closer to your 2-0, and he's one step further away from his win. So we'll see. We'll see how it turns out game two, though. As uh, as you lead Mienshao, is that what you led game one as well?
Yeah. Sometimes I get in a habit of running it back.
I mean, you win.
If
You
it
force
worked
him to
game
adapt.
one,
Yeah.
yeah. I think in draft it's not as good as in like in open team sheet. But yeah, adaptation was difficult for me here. I think. Um, it,
Yeah,
it put me in a interesting bind.
we see like he already has the speed, which is a advantage over
Mhm.
last time. Um, and you have fake out pressure though, so yeah, he doesn't protect. You get the flinch, and you just nuke Venusaur
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, and I'm
Uh,
actually faster than his Ninetales, which I was not expecting. I would have loved my Mienshao to die there, I think. It missing my Mienshao
oh yeah.
wasn't great. Because then I would have gotten preparing Volbeat in and Rain Dance, since I know I'm faster with Dragonite.
Yeah.
Now I think I should. Now my positioning's a bit weird.
Or worst case
I
scenario,
have
you could have
to.
also responded with a tailwind, if he tailwind with
Yeah,
Whimsicott.
right.
But yeah, I think Mienshao now has to like knock off. It's still like not. It's still a good Pokemon, right? So,
Yeah,
but he can maybe get the tailwind advantage here if he does send out Whimsicott, which he does. Um, and he Terra
yeah, and
Fires.
that's
Ooh,
yeah,
damn. He just picks up. I guess
yeah.
it makes sense, but
I should have protected my Dragonite and let Mienshao go down on that turn, I think. And then brought Volbeat in the next turn. I was
yeah.
worried about protecting there for an Encore Whimsicott.
Oh,
Um,
makes sense. Yeah.
Whimsicott is a demon in closed team sheet. You never know what four moves it's gonna
He's
run.
so annoying.
Um,
Yeah. Most expensive prankster
but
one for a reason.
yeah, but yeah,
Um,
I think my play here was wrong on this turn,
I
and,
think.
and he did a great job terrifying. I don't know how much Dragonite takes.
Well,
I
I don't think it was
losing my Dragon
necessary, right?
Resist. Uh,
Because
yeah,
it
I
did
don't know.
35 the turn before, so you assume it's a 70.
Right, so we
Maybe
do
it's a roll that
70.
kills over
Yeah,
Terrifier, but like I assume it kills. So I don't think the Terrifier is really that necessary. And we already saw that it killed Volbeat, right? So like maybe
yeah.
he wasted Terra there, but he gets a
It was
double
Weather Ball
kill.
earlier.
Oh,
No,
it was. So maybe it's
yeah,
necessary, but still, I feel like I don't know.
yeah,
Either way, he gets a double kill. That's really good for him.
yeah.
And he has Tailwind up, and you can't set up Tailwind anymore. So,
Right.
you are threatening his Ninetales. You are threatening Fake Out, but he's still in a good spot overall. Oh, you show the Roselli there. Wouldn't have killed actually, I don't think, but also show off Meteor Beam tech. But you pick up the kill on
Yeah,
Ninetales, so it's probably worth it.
yeah. I think I just lose to Ninetales if I don't uh,
Yeah.
pick it off there.
The
But I'm
only
still in a very bad spot.
the only concern I see
Uh,
here is if like he can encore the Mienshao, right?
you can also just kill it, because Roselli weakened Moonblast to 47, so another Moonblast will pick it up because he still has Tailwind up.
That's true.
Um, and
Uh,
Glimmora not. I don't think Glimmora can 2v1.
well, yeah, I was thinking you encore it and then you can just double down the Glamora, but it's the same thing as just killing it, so it makes more sense to
Right.
kill it.
Yeah.
And that's probably what he get. Yeah, this is what he goes for. So
Yeah.
he's got to turn left to tailwind anyways. He gets the free burn, so
Yeah.
spiking makes sense there. But if at
Yeah.
least you get a little bit of chip and you learn
Yeah.
a move, right?
I mainly spiky there to find out speed
Oh,
interactions. And I'm faster than Hariyama in Tailwind too.
and you almost
Um,
kill him, which would have been crazy.
yeah.
Like imagine you kill
Um,
there barely, or
yeah.
if he's not
And then
encore, you could have actually technically double spiky shield, right?
yeah.
And
Yeah, if
then
I'd gotten the double, then that would have been enough chip to pick up Hariyama.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then you'd go for
Or the
Whimsicott.
burn, yeah, the burn chip too.
Would have been really funny. Uh, but yeah, yeah, that was a also pretty back and forth set. He's actually now one win away from making playoffs, and you're
Yeah.
at a spot where if you lose, then I just need a win
Hmm.
to be ahead of you as the number one seed. And if you even if you win this next one, I have a chance. So either way, it's kind of out of your hands. Um, but
Yeah.
Pilza has a chance at um making playoffs here, and that's a real big motivator. So I'm I'm curious to see if Centric shows up in this game 3 though, because I've been really wanting to see it. And Trev also has not shown up. Like I need these guys to pull their weight. Come on. All right, let's see it. Instantly the Volbeat Dragonite makes sense. And Whim Ninetales. It's just like all the big guy. Oh, the
And he
Mental
does
Herb
do
is
the taunt.
clutch.
Yep.
Oh, and there goes Whimsicott. He didn't even do anything. Oh, and the heat wave and the rain. Oh, that was such a good turn one for you. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, I recognize that Volbeat, like not prioritizing Volbeat was the reason I probably lost game 2. And not being able to disrupt that Ninetales just
Yeah,
kind of
you
destroyed me. And
haven't been
Pilza did a
able to
great
click.
job capitalizing on it.
Yeah, you haven't been able to
Um,
click Rain Dance at all this set, and so
right.
the one turn you do click it, it's so good. Also, he didn't get up Tailwind, right? Like if he had clicked
Right.
Tailwind to there, um, it's still a good turn for you because you can just set up Tailwind the turn after. But he's like in a decent position still. Here,
Hmm.
you now have the opportunity to set up Tailwind and Rain, and Ninetales kind of has to switch, and
Hmm.
Vikavolt doesn't have speed, so like it can still threaten, but it's not like nearly as threatening. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It just feels like a really good turn one for you. Um,
Yeah.
and now, yeah, he does in fact have to switch out. You Swagger, which isn't Mirror. Oh my god, the Mirror Swagger tech, bro. Get out of here with this. I remember when you used Swagger on Mudsdale as well, because you can't
Yeah.
confuse. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
And because, like you said, like Ninetales had to switch there, so I knew I couldn't swagger that slot in case a physical attacker came in. So I swaggered Vikavolt because
yeah.
it's not going to do anything with that attack.
Do you do
Uh,
Terra
but yeah.
Blast into Vikavolt? If you're expecting a Ninetales switch, why not go for?
Yeah.
They're all weak to
Yeah.
flying.
I was hoping to pick up Vikavolt there, but he Terra'd, and yeah, I
Oh,
should have
true. He
thought
wait,
about it
actually,
a bit
yeah.
more.
It's resist natural
Um,
neutral.
yeah, I should have thought about like he's obviously gonna Terra here, but yeah, it's a good play by him to recognize that he's probably gonna go down if he
And
doesn't,
kills
and
Dragonite,
then
so
yeah,
it's not over. I mean, if you had gone into the Yama slot, it's now 9. He gets Sun up, but then you get up Rain right away. So it's Ninetales
right,
and Terra Steel Vikavolt, right? Um, in I guess it'd be at full health still or 90%, but it's already used its
yeah,
Terra. Mudsdale is well, I guess Mudsdale has body press for Vikavolt, right? Um, or some like
yeah,
move for Vikavolt probably.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like you're
I'm
probably still
AV,
winning.
so I'm 4 attacks. Yeah,
Yeah, you're probably winning this
uh,
like very easily. Here it's a little bit closer, but you still feel like you're in a decent position. So, ooh, immediately snaps out. That's good for him. Here is the Swagger Mudsdale type I was talking about, bro. He ice punches in a Volbeat. Like it's always super effective in a Mudsdale, whether or not you Terra. But
yeah,
he goes
and I've
for
already Terra'd.
Volbeat. That's you have already Terra. True.
Yeah.
I don't really get that.
Yeah,
But
I
he
mean,
also
I get wanting to get rid of Volbeat so that you don't have to worry about weather anymore, but uh,
yeah, this is unfortunate, but
Mudsdale is the threat here. Uh,
oh, and there goes Yama. Oh, that's so tragic. And yeah, that's 14%, bro. Oh, the crit is huge,
oh,
but
yeah,
it's not gonna matter. Oh, it's not gonna matter at all. Please be Centric last. Oh, I would have been so fun.
yeah. I wish I had brought it. Um, but like you said, this game mattered for a potential 1 seed. Um,
Yeah, you're not gonna
and
you're
I
not gonna
just didn't feel he
surprise.
was great into the matchup.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty fire that you had the double swagger to win that. Your first swagger
Yeah.
is just used for a one time boom, right? Just to do like 80% for Vikavolt.
Yeah.
The other one is also used for a one time boom into into Yama just to just nuke it. And
Hmm.
then also, I mean, not really a one-time boom because your rock slide also just does a bajillion
Right.
percent, right? Um,
Yeah. Almost a one-hit KO on Ninetales.
yeah.
And yeah, I was AV, so that crit really scared me. But
Yeah, if you weren't AV,
I
you would
always
have
had
died
Mian
to
Shao
that
in the
crit.
back.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Which would you would have lost then because it would have been probably no, you're full HP. Yeah, you wouldn't have lost.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mian Shao would have been the fastest thing on the field.
yeah.
Um,
It
but
comes out of like slightly
Pilzo
weird.
played really well.
Actually, maybe it comes down to because he has protect Volt, right? We know, and he doesn't
Hmm.
die to a fake out with Terra Steel.
Yeah.
He's only at 11
This
though,
yeah. Um
so maybe it is a little bit of a
if
mind
the
game.
crit had if the crit had killed, yeah, I don't know. Because
Thankfully, we don't
his
have to worry
Ninetales
about
would then
that.
still be at like full. Yep.
But yeah,
But yeah,
well played
would have been
set
interesting.
and really back and forth.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of Pilza putting up such a good fight against the best team this season, right? Um, but I
I
do
think that
have
goes to you after you boomed me.
well, I mean, I do have a chance to pass you, right? Still, but you went 7-1. Had an incredible season, plus 27 Mondiff, if I remember correctly. Um, you
Sounds about right.
in the first 4 or 5 weeks, you had not. I think in the first 4 weeks, you had not dropped a single game.
Hmm.
After week 5, I think you were 5-0 with +9 game diff, which is insane because +10 is like the max. So like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Hi Alberto and Chuckles, by the way. Um, but yeah, really really impressive season from you. Even though you dropped the game here, you should be very proud of your season and not looking forward to seeing you in playoffs if we do. Though thankfully, as the top 2 seeds, the only times we would see each other in playoffs is in the finals, right? It's literally impossible
Yeah.
for us to fight sooner because of how it works. So,
Mhm. But
um,
yeah, it's been a fun season, and Pilzo played really well that match too.
yeah, really proud of
He
Pilza for
played really
turning
well
around his
throughout
season.
that set.
He was locked in like the last, like I think he in the last like 3 or 4 weeks of the season, he just like had like a really good, like he just played super well, and he started
Yeah.
off the season a little bit rough, but then he just turned it around, and that was really impressive of him. So
Hmm.
yeah, um, let's move on though to Rick versus Shanji. So, at this point, Shanji was I think borderline in playoffs, or actually maybe like locked into playoffs. Um, Rick here, I think, needed a lot of things to go his way to make playoffs, like a lot of things, and so
Hmm.
it was probably not going to happen. But you never know. And with a win here, I think he has a decent chance. I can't remember exactly. Um, but Shanji has a really good team. Ever since he changed his team, like week 2, I think I fried him week 1, but his team was terrible week 1, or not terrible, but it was not that good. He upgraded a team like crazy. Comfey was such a good addition. Actually, all 4 of these mons we see here, besides Ursula and Porygon, were additions. Low Kicks and Cinderace have put in insane work coming to most of his matchups. Bronzong has been such a defensive like threat and wall. Comfey has just allowed like his mons like Bronzong and Ursula and Porygon that are really bulky to live a lot longer. Um, so he's his additions really put in some crazy work for him. And Rick, at this point, is pretty much locked into having Ursaluna be the MVP, which is really impressive for someone who subbed in. I mean, Ursaluna was the one mon he kept, I'm pretty sure. I think he dropped 9 of Void's Pokemon, and the one he kept was Ursaluna. So, like, it, that that kind of adds a little caveat. It's not like he subbed in and had to take it from like 0 to first in like only 5 weeks or whatever, however many weeks he played. Um, but still, he really impressive that he was able to get it so high. Um, Also has a really good team with Indeedee and Delphox. They have really good synergy there. Also with Halucha and Burden. Crawdon's such a scary Pokemon. Dusclops is so bulky. So maybe a little bit of a bulkier match here, but we do have some really hard hitters like Delphox, Ursaluna, Crawdaunt, other Ursaluna. It's funny that we see the two of them fight. Low kick, Cinderace. So a lot of strong mons, a lot of bulk. And yeah, we are just watching week 8. I know quarterfinals have already been played, but we're going to be doing the stream as if they haven't. We're going to be doing quarterfinals and semifinals together in the same stream, and then finals as a separate stream. That's how we do it in ODL, and I think that's kind of makes sense because quarterfinals and semifinals are less games, right? So doing them in the same stream is like a normal length, and then finals we break down like crazy. We have interviews with the players afterwards, so like that whole thing takes a lot longer. So it makes sense. I think the way we do it makes some sense. But back to this, we have the two Ursalunas facing off, and I think the big Mon in this matchup, I'm going to make my prediction, is Bronzong. I mean, I've already watched it, but I kind of forget how it goes. So I think Bronzong is the big Mon here. He has body press for Ursaluna, which is big, and Crawdaunt. Terra Water also for Crawdaunt. It's really bulky, which matters, or it has levitate. So it's a good answer for Ursaluna. And there's kind of no way for, especially with Terra Water, for Rick to get rid of it easily. So I expect Bronzong to be putting in some crazy work here.
Yeah. Ursaluna doesn't really like to be staring it down. Neither of its stabs hit it very hard.
Yeah.
So obviously once it terras, Facade will be doing a decent amount, but it's such a bulky Pokemon that if you can get it set up in the way that you want it to, it can just ruin your day. Drag the pace of the game. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're all good.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Let's get into it. We see Clops and Crawdaunt, so immediately screaming hard Trick Room, and the exact opposite here. As we see Psychic Seed Cinderace, I like that prep for to benefit from Rick's Indeedee, and then also Covert Cloak to deal with a fake out Mon that was not brought, I assume. I can't really remember who Rick has on his team off the top of my head, but I think it was probably just a fake out Mon that he was worried about, so kind of makes sense. We see a switch into Bronzong, noticing the hard Trick Room energy that's being given out here. Terra Ghost actually is interesting because you're then really weak to knock off, but the Aqua Jet would have done most of your health. Maybe it was a roll to kill based on how much that did. Would have really sucked.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Terra Ghost.
Depending on what it goes for this turn, yeah.
When it's Powerball, it actually does like nothing to Dusclops. It's probably Eviolite Dusclops.
Yeah.
But like,
I don't know if the Terra Ghost is worth it there. Then.
Yeah.
I get that you don't want Ace to go down, but it just goes down now. You're gonna have to switch it out.
Yeah. Or Protect. That makes sense actually.
Yeah.
Pain Split from the Dusclops. Interesting. Iron Defense. Nice. Still loses so much health though. Oh my god. Dude, Crawdaunt's so strong. This is +2 defense Bronzong. I guess it's super effective. But yeah, it would have, if you Terra Watered there, that would have been so good. Right? That would have been a good play, or a decent play at least. But instead you just take so much damage. And yeah, you just lose Bronzong right away. That really sucks. And lose Cinderace too. So the Terra Ghost actually was bad.
Yeah.
And now force ring out your last 2 and 2 turns left of Trick Room. Get burned on the low kicks too. Like, yeah, this is pretty doomed. Lunge only does half. Encore into Wisp is actually pretty good. Can Draining Kiss the Crawdaunt as well. Oh, or Floral Healing. Yeah, I think you Draining Kiss and then that probably kills Crawdaunt, hopefully, right?
Yeah, it's not super bulky Mon, so I would imagine it. If at least if you're running some investment, it probably picks up.
Hard to say, but either way, I mean, the Floral Healing for like Burn Chip, like, are we for real?
Right. Yeah.
Maybe
Rick's just in a really good spot though, because burnt low kicks isn't.
Yeah, he's
really threatening.
Yeah, he does nothing.
Yeah.
So at this point, you can probably kill for differential, which probably doesn't matter, or just do that. It actually tanks that close combat. Even though it's -1. Or even though Crawdaunt's -1. Lunge is just never gonna
It
do
shows
anything
the
here.
hammer arm.
Yeah, that's a weird tech to reveal. Why would you not just like click
Yeah.
facade?
I would just show the most vanilla move you'd expect. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hammer
facade's
arms
neutral,
tech
so
that you.
just click it.
Yeah.
Also crab hammer. No, crab hammer's already revealed. So that's fine. I guess close combat was the one thing that
Close
wasn't
combat
revealed.
wasn't.
So just
Yeah.
click crab hammer twice. Actually, it's better to click crab hammer twice, anyways.
Yeah.
Maybe he forgot that dark is or sorry, just bug dark, and so that it's actually not weak to fighting. It's neutral. But
Yeah. And this is nitpicky too. I mean,
yeah,
he won 4-0.
yeah, he played
It's
very
just
well
like
too.
optimization. Yeah, he played very well. It's just
Hmm.
thinking about like game 2 and what information you reveal and that kind of stuff. But
Yeah, I was talking with
yes,
Soup
really well
about it.
played by Rick.
Soup's started another draft league. I was talking to him, and I think like those he was saying like the little things are like the biggest like learning points for him, or like playing
Mhm.
like slightly optimally, right? Like not revealing information, or like all of that kind of like all those little changes to your gameplay. Like those are like the biggest things he needs to work on, and I think that's just something that we like to point out, just because it's like it's kind of cool to
Yep.
identify. Also, Alberto pointed out that crab hammer can miss too, and like hammer arm literally did miss. So like, just click facade and crab hammer, it's fine. Like worst case scenario, you have to bring back out Dusclops and like nightshade him down, but like that's fine. So, but anyways, game 2 here. We see probably an adaptation here from Shanji. And definitely one from Rick. We see two Pokemon that probably weren't brought. I mean, maybe one of them was
Yeah.
brought in the back, but two new Pokemon and two new Pokemon from Shanji as well, actually. Two of Shanji's highest, or literally his two highest point
Hmm.
Pokemon as well. Um,
Yeah. We're in an interesting spot now where kind of like Shanji wants to be more in Trick Room,
yeah. Unlike
presumably.
last game, yeah.
Right.
Imprison on the Trick Room, but Shanji
Ooh.
that don't ever imprison Shanji because he's used to it now. he said, "Yeah, I never go for Trick Room Turn 1 anymore because everyone tries to imprison me." Like he sounded so demoralized when he said it, but like he's fought in prison Trick Room so many times that like I remember, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but when P4 fought him, um, he clicked imprison on his Poltegeist, and Shanji never clicked Trick Room. He was not planning on it because even though it would have been good for him to, he's like, yeah, it's gonna get imprisoned. So it's
Yeah.
pretty good turn 1 actually, getting the Eerie Impulse off on the Delphox for like nothing. I mean,
Yeah. Either you sit on the field and don't put out a ton of damage to imprison, or you switch out to reset your special attack and you drop the imprison.
that's true. Yeah, you can't. I mean, best case scenario, you get like one turn of imprisoning Trick Room, but like, yeah. Oh, it actually chooses to stay in and Helping Hand Focus Blast but
Oh.
misses. I love when people miss Focus Blast, bro. I hate Focus Blast. It's just such a bad move, bro. Hey, Rick, this is by the way, this is doubles, okay? We're not playing singles. You don't gotta run Focus Blast, okay? Run Terrifying Terra Blast if you really want to. Don't ever click Focus Blast, bro. Get out of here. Um, and then we also see the Blood Moon come out instead of Earth Power. So like, probably covering for a switch into Lucha here, which kind of makes sense. But
Yeah, if you think he's going with a faster mode, uh, then
yeah.
Lucha makes sense.
The only thing is you can't Blood Moon again right away. You can just Hyper Voice next turn though, so that's kind of fine.
Yeah.
Another is it another Helping Hand Focus Blast? Oh, it's Helping Hand
I
Psychic.
mean,
It's
he's
just
got
like
okay.
nothing. It gets a Spit F drop, but like that is nothing. And it is a Holucha in the back, so actually kind of reasonable call there. Switches and Terra Ghost, so really prepared. Sorry, what was that? Oh, it was Follow Me. Sorry, I thought it was like a taunt that failed for some reason. But yeah. So, really prepared for the fighting move from Holucha by switching
Right.
and tearing. Good call there by Shanji because we do see the close combat come out into the Terra Ghost. And then he's able to set up Trick Room finally. He was
Yep.
just patient. Um, only thing is that Porygon probably wants to get out of here because he's -1 SpDef, but indeed he's -2, so he's probably fine. Um, Bronzong is pretty good here. Hawlucha, like, he's already used his item, so he's like 4,000 speed, and he's in Trick Room, so that kind
Right.
of sucks. Um, but I don't know. This is like a weird board state. You kind of like not both in not like the greatest position, but Shanji's in a really good spot. Honestly, like you kind of want to switch both, but you kind of like keeping both because of speed. So I don't know.
Yeah. You're not threatening a ton of immediate damage right now. Like Bronzong might have to set up a little. You kind of really want Ursaluna back in though.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
so
a
maybe
little bit.
switching Porygon out for Oregon out into Ursaluna because you're counting on them not CCing into a Terra Ghost.
Yeah, which is
Um,
like it. I mean, because Porygon could very easily stay in here, so that'd be a really
right.
dumb call. Actually, I think the play is probably Ice Beam the Hawlucha as in like Iron Defense, right, or something like that. Something along those lines. I think this is probably a really good
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah,
Iron
that's
Defense does
reasonable
come
too.
out. Oh my god, that's exactly what happens. Shadow Ball is nothing, and CC also rips, but it's into the guy that literally just set up his defense. So really good turn from Shanji. I think he was copying me. Um, but I mean, you probably kill Lucha with another Ice Beam. If it's Ursa in the back, which is a mon that wants to switch in Trick Room, he probably can't switch in right now because you're fearing another Ice Beam.
hmm
So maybe you have to switch in for the Indeedee slot. Or maybe Indeedee clicks Follow Me as Lucha goes for an attack, but Lucha's probably not doing much anymore. So like Lucha wants to switch but can't go into the mon he wants to switch into. So like the best case scenario is you like switch into, well, I guess you only have one mon left. So if it's like you can't switch into Ursaluna and Crawdaunt, right? If it's Ursaluna in the back,
Right.
then you can't really switch in. Maybe you Follow Me, switch it in. I don't know. Like you're just kind of not in the greatest spot if you're Rick, and if you're Shanji, who is killing this Bronzong? -2 Indeedee? I don't with Shadow Ball. I don't think so. So
Yeah, it's going to be dependent on if he has Crawdaunt in back because we saw Crawdaunt even at
but it is
+2 defense.
Ursaluna. Oh, he body presses into
Ooh,
that slot. Dude, Shanji's
great
locked
play
in
by
now.
JT.
And he did the Ice Beam. Oh, and it picks up. It did exactly 50,
Nice.
right? The first time? Yeah,
Yeah,
both times.
yeah. So it's probably roll either way.
Terra Ghost actually on the Indeedee. So we saw earlier Shanji like really be
Mm-hmm.
prepared for a fighting move. Here we see the same thing
Mm-hmm.
with like Terra Ghost and Protect. Um, 2 turns left of Trick Room though, and Ursaluna is faster than Bronzong, so it's gonna have to like double protect here if he wants to, or maybe Terra Ghost Shadow
Yeah,
Ball
with
will pick
Terra
up.
Ghost follow me for body
That's
presses.
true. That's true. Is it Terra? If
The,
it's Terra Blast on Porygon, also that's scary. Um, but with
you're
Citrus
doing
Berry, he's actually now
41.
out of range of a Terra Ghost Shadow Ball.
Uh,
Probably.
that's big. Yeah, you're in a weird spot where Indeedee probably your threat.
Oh. Yeah, yeah, it is pretty funny. But you were right with the follow me body press. Like that is actually what happens. Um, this Porygon better be Terra Blast here. Hammer Arm rips, which is like, why are we clicking that on the last turn of Trick Room?
Right. Yeah.
I guess you have
At
nothing
this
else to
point,
hit
unless you
Bronzong
think
and you
you
want
get
to Shadow
another
Ball
one
Bronzong.
up.
But no. What you do
Yeah.
here, you like click maybe headlong or into Porygon or whatever. You click some move to hit Porygon, right? And then next turn, or maybe you get like chip on Bronzong with like a resisted facade, but then you just Shadow Ball and out in Bronzong next turn because you outspeed it, right? Or maybe you want to Shadow Ball Porygon so you can just kill. I don't know. It's just like not a great spot
Yeah.
for Rick, honestly.
Yeah. But yeah, you should be going into Porygon so that next turn when you outspeed Bronzong, you can double into it. But then if you go into Porygon this turn, then you can. Well, I
This is
guess
hurting my brain, but
his Ursaluna is probably his Ursaluna is probably faster than your Ursaluna, anyways.
yeah, I
So
think this is pretty cooked, honestly. If you're Rick,
yeah,
like even though you got a good follow me there, it's like yeah, you kind of have to click it again. So then you get your impulsed, and then light screen comes up. What? I don't think you needed to
so
reel
yeah.
that
Now
test.
NDD's gonna do negative.
Yeah, I don't think that was necessary to reveal, but like, oh yeah, there goes Ndidi.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think don't reveal light screen. Just click maybe a body press that does 0 damage, like worst case scenario, but like it's fine. Again, very little
Yeah.
things, and Shanji won that, so
Yeah. But yeah, really well played by Shanji. Positioned himself really well in Trick Room.
yeah,
And once he got one iron defense up, Bronzong just became a monster, like you mentioned. He could
yeah.
be.
No, actually, like it did put in so much work this game. Game one, it did nothing, so my prediction was wrong there.
Hmm.
But here, it put in crazy work. And if I'm Rick, I think immediately because I let Delphox do nothing immediately, and then
Hmm.
I lost Crawdaunt. I had no answers for it, so I want to bring one of these two. Also, Dusclops, I didn't bring, who's another answer potentially with Will-O-Wisp. So like your best answers for it, you lost one early, and then you didn't have two of them. So of course you were gonna lose to Bronzong, right?
Yeah.
Like or take
Yeah.
so much damage. Like Bronzong was the only one that died, but it did so much damage in those 11 turns, right? So
Hmm.
I think I think if you're Rick, you want to reconsider which four you're bringing in this game 3.
Yeah. I think Crawdaunt makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
There he is.
It's just such a natural Bronzong answer. It forces you to Terra Bronzong if
Yeah.
you don't want to just die. And he really led with two very anti Bronzong mons.
But we do see Bronzong in the lead right away.
Yeah.
He is
So
gonna
Terra Water
Terra.
looks good here. Yeah.
I think the problem is knockoff gets ripped anyway, so you lose your citrus. You
Yeah.
probably iron
You probably
defense.
lose
You just
like
take
half
too much
health.
damage. Just like I don't know. It's like it's still not that great. And you protect Ursa, so
Yeah.
actually good protection with
Oh, I
focus
guess it was a
blast.
focus blast.
But look how much that if you iron defense
Oh,
here, yeah,
70.
I mean that's just cooked. And Choppleberry for the focus blast,
Chapel.
anyways. I mean, it's Sash Delphox, but I mean you get up Trick Room. That's good, right? So Bronzong did something with
Mhm.
that iron defense at least. You could have set up Trick Room turn 1, but you were worried about a prison, so I guess that makes sense. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
think
wonder how
actually
much. I wonder how much Jet is doing into it at +2, because non-boosted knockoff is doing 21. I guess Jet would be resisted, so you probably couldn't pick up from here. But
probably not because knockoff to 21 without an item, so like
yeah,
that's still adaptability stab, right?
yeah,
Um, so you definitely don't pick up with Jet, but you can do a lot to Ursaluna with water moves or
yeah,
Jet. Delphox is pretty much fried. You probably just want to leave Delphox on the field. If you can protect Crawdaunt and let Delphox die, get a free switch in, that's probably the best case scenario. But then, like, I don't know. It's also like you want to get Comfey in to save Bronzong, but that's probably just never happening.
hmm,
So
yeah,
it's a little weird. But we see a body press just kills Crawdaunt. Oh my god.
yeah,
Yeah. There's no Aqua Jet. There's no anything. You just you just kill two Pokemon. And that's a really good turn for Shanji.
yeah,
Here, I mean, you're gonna
yeah,
lose Bronzong, but like, who cares? Like, you're in such a winning position. Like, Ursaluna now
yeah.
can go for Ursaluna. I mean, he probably doesn't want to because probably like thinking about protect, but you can just put in crazy work. Low
Probably his
kicks
low
comes
kicks.
in,
Yeah.
yeah, to tank the Nightshade. Um, you get off a hammer. Actually, that's a pretty
Oh,
good
now,
turn.
yeah, that's very big because now you're slower than
Oh, there's no
Bronzong,
if
presumably.
that was a switch to Comfey, imagine that. And then Comfey can heal Bronzong.
Yeah.
That would have been huge, but we're not in that situation now. It's a switch to Cinderace. Ooh.
Ooh.
Thought to protect, and then Nightshade comes out into the Cinderace slot. So you only have to
Mm.
stall one more turn of Trick Room. So I guess you sack Bronzong and protect. Yeah, I guess that makes sense because then
Yeah.
you can bring out your two fast mons now that it's over. Also, by
Oh,
the way,
you don't
you
even have to
literally
sack it.
only hit yourself pretty quick. That's pretty funny. Um, and then Wisp misses. So like,
Oh.
I don't know if this Ursaluna is now slower than Bronzong, which I assume it is. Then like,
Yeah.
not the worst spot for Shanji, right? Because you can
Yeah.
do some damage
Probably
to.
Nightshade into the Bronzong, but how much? He's probably taking out the Cinderace with Ursa, but how much can Cinderace do to Ursa is really the question.
Yeah. This is
Can
a
it
weird
put it in
spot.
range of low kicks?
He protects. Pyro Ball comes out into the Ursa slot. Oh, doubles the Ursa slot as Trick Room can come back up. Oh, that's rough.
It's big.
Sucker Punch comes out into Dusclops, so I guess good call out there. But Bronzong is gonna die before he can move, and now it's low kicks in a 2v1. Uh-oh. Yeah, he's just gonna die to Facade.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I
not how
think
I
that all
thought this
came
game
down
would
to
end.
that turn 7.
Yeah.
That one turn
The
was where it
double
all
and the
was
protect
decided,
was
I think.
brutal. I mean, but was there anything he could have done?
But
If
I don't know
Bronzong
if you're clearing Dusclops there anyways. It's too bulky. So,
Oh, Bronzong
yeah.
didn't have any move to hit Dusclops. It's Iron Defense, Light Screen,
Oh,
Trick Room, Body Press. He couldn't hit. He literally couldn't hit Dusclops. So sure, Cinderace could Pyro Ball it, but it doesn't kill anyways.
right. So yeah, this
Wow.
was just a winning position for Rick anyways. Even though you're down 2 mounts to 3.
I think this big
he
mistake.
navigated the end game.
The big mistake here, like you were, like this is so good for you, right? To go from
Mm,
a 2v, you set up Trick Room, right? Then you turn this 2v or this 4v4 when you have a low HP mon to a 4v2, right? So that's a really good
mm,
spot to be in. But then you just have to like dance around the Trick Room you set up for way too long. You're now in
yeah,
an unwinnable situation pretty much because of these two mons you have on the field versus these two mons. So like you dance around too much. So now low kicks is the mon that's last. If you had switched in Cinderace instead of low kicks here, you would have danced at the right time to have a low kicks and Bronzong. Low kicks can maybe kill Dusclops. I don't know. I think you had to position it so low kicks is on the field when Trick Room runs out, so he can kill Dusclops. I think that's like the only way.
yeah, yeah.
But wow, what a set!
That EQ that didn't end up, the switch in on the EQ too for that turn where you were talking about sacking Bronzong. Uh,
This turn or
would have positioned would have positioned Sanji in a spot where, like you're talking about, where both Cinderace and low kicks were on field without outside of Trick Room, but because he went for Earthquake, Bronzong
yeah,
wasn't picked up.
it could have been a yeah, if it was a Facade into the slot, which would have killed Lokix as we know, or definitely would have killed Bronzong as well, then that would have been a better play overall for Shanji, even though he loses him on there. Yeah, it was
For
Lokix
Shanji, yeah,
and
yeah,
Cinderace.
yeah,
It's probably still cooked, because Ursulina has
yeah,
Earthquake, but like it's kind of funny. Okay, well,
yeah.
let's move on to one of our last few matches, which is Chuckles versus Raphael. Here, if Chuckles wins, now that Pilsa has lost, if Chuckles wins, he's in playoffs, right? Um, if he loses, then Pilsa checks the two boxes he needed to make playoffs, even if he lost, which was Chuckles and TBL losing, right? So here, winning in for Chuckles, and if he loses, Pilsa takes the spot. Raphael, unfortunately, not able to make playoffs no matter what. But Raphael, actually, I think we checked, and Raphael had a very high strength of schedule, I believe. Um, so it's unfortunate
Yeah,
for
no,
him.
I played him. Uh,
I don't
yeah,
think.
both good players.
Wait, did I play him?
I, mm,
Oh, I was supposed to play in week 7, and he forfeited. But I still count for his strength of schedule. So,
yeah,
um,
so yeah, that'll help his strength schedule. The
but yeah, we have a very high stakes game for Chuckles. Maybe a lower stakes game for Raphael, but still wants to go out with a bang. Obviously, still going to be trying his
mm,
hardest. And we see two Terra normals. Probably for ghost moves from Amon. He didn't bring. So who did he leave behind? He left behind Shiftry, which I thought was a good mon here for the two ghost, or two Dark Week. Sorry. Um, he also left
he,
behind Snorlax.
yeah, he left
Um,
behind like his main slow mode. Uh,
yeah. Haxorus also making I think this is Haxorus's first appearance. Also
yeah,
Raphael.
I used him a ton last season, but
Oh, Haxorus is such a demon, bro.
Yeah, he's so fun.
I love Hackster. I should have made him more expensive, honestly, because or I should have made him cheaper than I could draft him. But I almost did. Actually, what I did is I was helping Chuckles with his new team because like you played him when his team was still really bad, and
Mhm.
you destroyed him. But then he's gone on like a crazy run since his he fixed his team. Um, I told him you got to go for Hacksters, man. Um, and then immediately when I was gonna make changes for my team, I was like, dude, I wish I could have Hacksters. Like, why did I tell him to pick it up? But Hacksters, yeah, I think making his first or maybe second appearance here. But a really good Pokemon. And Raphael, for those who don't know, has been going for the Frost Blast, Frost Breath into Anger Point Tauros like every single week. So,
Mhm.
something that Chuckles as the week 8 opponent is now much more prepared for than like his first opponents. But it's something to
Yeah.
consider for sure. Meowstick also does have Prankster Rain Dance. Is another thing to consider. But yeah. Also, we have 4 Fire Week Mons into a Sun team. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Um, I guess their Terra types help account for that somewhat, but Rillaboom
Kinda,
is
but
Terra banned, so he's always just going to be
yeah.
weak to Torkoal. Um,
Well, he's a good gastro answer at least. So we'll
yeah.
see if he can pull his weight. Oh my god, it's the same. It's the same lead, bro. I mean, maybe Lilligant actually sleeps. That'd be so funny. Oh, he worry seeds.
Ooh.
He worry seeds. So now he just clicks Frost Breath into his own Pokemon for no reason. That's so funny. And then Rock Slide does come out, but does like nothing. He clicks Eruption, brings Frost Dust down to Sash, still does like 30 to Tauros. Oh my god. That's awesome. Okay, a little bit of a weird call going for Weather Ball into Tauros there. Um,
Yeah, I wonder if he think thought that he would want to switch out to reset his ability.
oh, that's
Um,
true. Also really cool Destiny Bond here because he's gonna die to Eruption.
yeah.
Raging Bull also brings Lilligant down to Sash, and Torkoal Heat Waves not able to pick up on Tauros, but will pick up on Frostlass because he's at 1%. Actually, missing the Heat Wave would have been huge there. Um,
Yeah.
but does connect, and so there goes Torkoal, who was at 76%, loses him for pretty much nothing, so that kind of sucks. So really cool Destiny Bond there. And now we see Hacks finally hit the field. About to go crazy, I imagine. Oh, Weather Ball in the switch in. Wow,
Ooh.
actually, really good call there. And Stomping Tantrum just nukes Magnezone. Oh my god. Chuckles is locked in. Yeah, he's just going to win this game with another Stomping. Wow. Also,
Yeah.
good scouting here by Chuckles because we see that his Hackers is outspeeding the Tauros, even though Tauros is naturally faster, and that's because Hackers, even though he's 98 speed, is probably a very speed invested, whereas Raphael's run bulky Tauroses every single week, and so he was able to identify that very well.
Yeah.
So good call out there. Also, no Terra, by the way, on Raphael's end. So, wow. Or on either end, I guess. But, yeah, Raphael, the
Yeah.
one
I
really.
don't
Sorry.
I don't know that a Terra would have
No,
made a
no.
huge difference, Raphael there. Maybe Magnezone, but I assume it probably I don't know what its Terra type was.
You can't scroll.
To not get one
Dark.
shot by
Yeah.
Haxorus.
It doesn't get one shot, but it is like
It
nothing.
yeah. Yeah. I think once Chuckles had that turn one and was able to position himself like that, it was just really tough for Raphael to try and dig himself out of that.
Yeah, this Destiny Bond was like the one like big play.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
like
that was a cool play.
your one kill wasn't even a kill. I was just like it doesn't make sense. But yeah, really dominant turn one from Chuckles, and he's actually one win away from just making playoff now. So
Yeah, that'll be huge.
Chuckles locked in, finally using Hackers and finally seeing how OP it is. As we see Corv and Rilla against the Ferragan Gastro. As Grassy Seed Rilla, okay, I think that's something he's run before, but switch to Torkoal. Probably led Frigg just to discourage any grassy glide. Um,
Mhm.
and clicks Terra Fire here. So now he has 2 fire types into a U-turn, and into a grass type. So like the U-turn makes sense there. Would have been super effective into Frigg as well. But now Roberto gets to hit the field as Corv goes for an Iron Defense into 2 special mons. Like that's I don't know.
Yeah, you're really only worried about that for Haxorus. Like that's the only physical attacker Chuckles brought this week. But I mean, if for body presses, I guess.
Um, yeah, I
Um,
mean, Corv probably wants to Terra now. Soup did some calcs and said that like he could have like very easily lived any fire moves instead of like we saw him taking a bajillion% from sun boosted like weather ball from Lilligant. He now
mhm.
can probably tank it pretty well as a dragon type if he chooses to, but yeah, it's still like a weird spot to be in if you're Raphael. Not loving it. Ooh, and Rockslide misses both. Oh my
Oh,
god. And he'll just lose Tauros. Will he just lose Corv as well? Yep.
yeah,
Oh
no
my
Terra.
god. Yeah, really needed to Terra there. And also the double miss just sucks. If he'd gotten one flinch there, that would have been big. Even if he didn't, you still get chip off, so like that matters. Wow. That's a
Yeah.
really rough spot to be in if you're
Yeah, I think we
Raphael.
saw it do like 25% to Torkoal in game one. So it would probably would have been around something like that again.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, the flinch chances. It swings both ways. If you're gonna get the flinch chance, you also it's the 1% chance to miss both.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I've had some bad RNG in big moments, and it just sucks. But I mean, it is what it is. And when you get some bull luck, then like you feel a little bit better, like
Yeah.
or don't feel as bad, I guess, about like the unlucky moments. But fake out and Turkle's pretty good actually, and the shadow ball just to make it
Hmm.
worse. But Rillaboom can't Terra, so he will just be a sitting duck here. Um, he would have rather Terra'd the Rillaboom for sure, but couldn't have. And so now you will just
Yeah.
lose the game. Unfortunately, Eruption actually makes more sense there because it can't miss, but it doesn't matter. You had 4 Pokemon left. There's no way you're losing that. So, um,
Yeah.
yeah, very dominant game from Chuckles, and he now makes it in playoffs as the 8 seed because of that great performance. So really impressive stuff from him. We've seen him have an incredible turnaround. Lost his first 2 weeks, and then I think won the next 3. I think he went 4-2 since changing his team, which is really impressive.
Yeah.
And just really has shown a lot of skill. Has shown like some really cool prep in team building. Like the week I played him, I just could not ever beat his Snorlax. I think if we replayed that game like 100 times, I win a handful. But like he beats me like most of the time. Like it was like not a matchup I could have won because of just how well he prepped. And so I think it's really cool seeing him catch people off guard with his prep and just play really solidly. Here he didn't have like any ridiculous prep. He just played really well. And yeah, he had a really good end to his season. So glad to see him in playoffs here.
Yeah. Heck of a set between them two, and
Yeah,
really big win for Chuckles, going what 7-0 in that set. So really good, really well played by him.
yeah. Um, and now we have our final matchup. Alberto versus Soup. Um, and here we have no Dragapult on Alberto's end, which is pretty interesting because that's his most valuable Pokemon on his team. But we also see Soup bringing some interesting mons here, like Piloswine, King Gambit, Salamence, Gardevoir, all really, really good into Dragapult. So it makes sense to not bring it, actually. Um,
Hmm.
I Alberto and Soup don't even remember how it went down other than the result. I don't remember how it went down either. I do remember the result, unfortunately, but Yeah, no Gruff Eye from Soup is also interesting. Like, just it's gonna be a fun match. We see also Soup is now eliminated. Alberto is uh locked himself well into playoffs at this point. So pretty nice position to be in. Um also do want to say that uh they did have to redo this match like a ton of times because there was like a disconnect or something like that, and they had to keep redoing it because of like how the turn 1 or 2 or something played out. So that was kind of
Mhm.
funny. But yeah, we see the Electro Up immediately pretty good for Alberto. Just getting the speed control. Wisp into Ozu is not something you like to see, but you still are definitely strong enough to pick up on this R there. Um, and Slowbro comes in to replace with a Terra Dark, probably wanting to get up Trick Room. So he's actually no longer resisting and suddenly weak to Play Rough, which is a little
Mhm.
interesting. But doesn't get up Trick Room. Actually goes for a Yawn there. Would have been a good time to get up Trick Room for sure. But Instant comes in, tanks that dual wing beat like crazy. And Playoff comes out into the men slot, but he lives as Trick Room does come up this turn. So I think it would have been better to get up Trick Room the turn before, honestly, but still not bad. Men's will die to an Aqua Jet, though, so that kind of does suck.
Yeah.
Oh, or a fake out.
Or fake out. Yeah.
And
And that clears you up to go for a play rough into
yeah,
slow
exactly.
roll.
And now Slowbro's a sitting duck here for that. Um, Oh, okay. He actually does tank that. Maybe lives another, but having to wait. I think here you just go for Ensign and fish for Scald Burns if that's the only move you feel like
Yeah.
here, or you go for Yawn and Ensign, force him to switch. But you don't really want to force Ensign to switch. Like he's gonna be switching anyways. So
Mhm.
yeah, I think probably Scald Ensign makes a little more sense. Earthquake here actually brings your Slubbo pretty low. Maybe you die to this when you win if otherwise. Also, Pilot Swine's
Oh.
burned. Oh, but the double into Pilot Swine, actually. And the defense drop with the burn chip. This thing is going to die to another one.
Yeah, I think doubling into Piloswine right there makes a lot of sense. Slowpoke's not really threatening
Yeah.
Alberto, so
You're kind of helping him,
you can
honestly,
kind
by getting rid of it
yeah.
and getting a free switch in. But, yeah, Pilot Swine is going to have to carry here. If Silver has Protect, which there's like no way this set has Protect, but if he does, it's a good time to
Mhm.
click it. Um, but we'll probably just die. Oh, no, he does have Protect. Oh, my God. Um, and Ensign is gonna knock off into the protect. So actually a decent turn for Soup, though. I don't know if he can deal with these two full HP Mons. Um, and Earthquake will just crit into his own Pokemon to lose it. Though the double discharge is nothing, which is kind of funny. So I would have died out of the way. That's kind of fine.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, Pilot Swine, especially burned, especially out of Trick Room, is like there's just no way he's winning this. So,
Yeah.
um, unfortunate, but yeah, pretty well played game by Alberto there. Showed off a
Yeah.
little bit of prep, but not really. Like all this is super basic, honestly. So
Yeah. Just the main thing is like Willow on Incineroar, but that's not like
yeah,
outside the box.
other than
Um,
like the Terra
but
type is also you can see in preview,
mhm.
right? So it's not like that's a huge surprise.
Right.
Um, Soup
But yeah,
though,
just really well maneuvered by Alberto and
mhm. Yeah,
maneuvering
he
himself
used
through
he
the trick
revealed
room
all
and
4 Pokemon, but like not at a low cost, so
mhm.
kind of fine. Soup though, despite losing, revealed Oblivious on Pilot Swine over Thick Fat. Revealed that he's not Intimidate on Men's, right? Because we didn't see the Intimidate go off.
Mhm.
um, we saw that he's all 4 of his moves on Slowbro we saw, um, including like this unusual set, and we saw Wisp on Zar. So it's unfortunate when you lose and reveal more tech than your opponent, but it is what it is, you know. You got to adapt for game 2. And Soup really wants to get his first one of the season here, just to get a nice get back into Alberta here. Terra Fire on the
Mhm.
Mints right away. Okay, so you suddenly not weak anymore to that. but you're still weak to Rock Slide. So you can have Tailwind though, and Moonblast does something. So could be worse. Outrage also doing a good bit of damage here, but despite the Tailwind, Gardevoir is actually going to get um outsped because he's now -2. So it's like, also is this Scarf Rotom? I think it is, right? We've seen it Scarf Rotom.
Yeah, probably. You had to switch it out, I think so.
No, we saw Outrage here.
Or
So
oh,
no, but that was in
the Rotom.
Tailwind. That was in Tailwind. So it is
Yeah.
Scarf Rotom, which is interesting. Because you don't really want to give King Gambit a Defiant boost here, so you're probably switching. Yep.
Hmm.
And then Heat Wave rips, but you're probably thick fat Mamo because you knew
Yeah.
Charizard was coming, so you tanked this very well. Low Kick actually picks up on Mamo though, so pretty good turn for Soup. Only one turn of Tailwind left though. Also, we see the the tech here with Intimidate, but Defiant, right? So Gambit gets now
Hmm.
+1, but how it works with the stats is that it's not like he just gets a +1. He goes to -1, then gets the +2, and that +2 boost is the part that matters for Mirror. But it's not like treated as a net +1. It just copies the boost part and not the lowered part. So we now have a +2 Azu here. Even though he's out of Tailwind, he just nukes this Charizard with an Aqua Jet. So good Protect to account for that. Double Protect though.
And that's kind of scary too, because that's your last turn of Tailwind. But with the Fake Out and pressure
And
that Azu's putting on, you're kind of just in a rough spot, anyways.
and if seeing Brick Break, it's like there's kind of no chance Gambit can live
Yeah.
this. So he needs to Sucker Punch. Air
Yeah.
Slash hoping to flinch is like your only chance, and doesn't get it. So yeah, unfortunate for Soup. Is gonna be able to pick up on the Azu here, but it will be game over. And I assume, oh yeah, discharge. I forgot about that. So bringing it down to a pretty close game, but with the Scarf, there's kind of no way that was happening. So
Hmm.
GG's
Yeah.
though, and very well played by Alberto.
Yeah. It did a great job maneuvering it. And the Mirror Herb is really fun.
Yeah.
Intentionally bringing Intimidate, Incineroar into Defiant. Um, it's really fun.
Also fun to see the like Azu as a Pokemon with such an insane attack stat with huge power already, getting even more. Like that's just
Yeah.
like some people run Belly Drum Azu for like the same reason, but like it's just
Mhm.
ridiculous how much damage that guy does. If you boost its attack even more. So yeah, good stuff there from Alberto. And with that, the reason I said this was the last set, and you may be like, well, Blizzard, like you just talked during Nick's set about how if you win 2-0, then you can be the 1 seed now. So my opponent forfeited. I was supposed to play Spam week 8, which had been fire, seeing the top 2 players, or not top 2 players. Sorry, Spam, not even close to top 2, but seeing the 2 people running ODL, right? Because he runs the Hoplite division, I run the Phalanx division. It would have been pretty cool to watch us play, even though I have home field advantage playing in doubles. Still would have been kind of fun to see. Also, I dropped Hoplite, and we weren't able to play our week. I think we were supposed to play week 1, but like that was like the end of college for me, so it didn't really work out. So I forfeited against him in Hoplite. You forfeited against me in Phalanx. So unfortunate, but fortunate for me because I am now the number 1 team. So kind of unfair to Nick that he didn't really like. I just my last 2 weeks I just won 4-0 because I got forfeit wins. Um, Also a little bit unfair to my playoff opponents because I literally dropped I dropped 4 Pokemon, picked up 4 new really good Pokemon. In After week 5, and I've only played 1 actual game like since then, which was week 6, which I said Nick remembers pretty well. Kidding.
I'd like to forget it. Yep.
But yeah, I've only played 1 week with my new team, so it's a pretty big advantage. Though it's slight disadvantage because like I'm less familiar with my team, but like my opponent's not knowing what I'm gonna do with them is like a more bigger disadvantage for them than for me. So I really got bailed out, honestly, with the 2 forfeit wins. Um, pretty nice for me. And I got the 1 seed. So I've said this a bajillion times, but how playoffs work here is the 1 seed gets their choice out of the bottom 4 seeds. So I got to choose out of Saline, Alberto, Shanji, and Chuckles. Then Nick gets second dibs. Then Wah gets third, and then P4 stuck with whoever's left. So, um, I chose Shanji, Nick chose Chuckles, Wah chose Saline, and P4 was stuck with Alberto. They had to fight despite being friends. Unfortunate. But yeah, that's how playoffs worked. I'll show you the playoff bracket in a sec, but quickly, because we are now done with the regular season, you can see kind of some of the records from this season. So, Soup unfortunately was not able to get his win in week 8. Really tragic for Soup because he's a good player, but he just had a rough
Mhm.
season. Last season he had an underrated season because he actually had so many games that were really close losses. And he had incredible game 3 adaptations, and then he also had a lot of wins, or a lot of surprise wins where he was the underdog. But he pulled out a really good win. So Soup season last season was underrated. This season a little rough for him. You can see that the max record for game differential is plus 16, and the lowest is minus 16. Spam got minus 13. So yeah, even though he won once, that means other than his 1 win, he only won 1 game. I think is how that works. So
I
unfortunate.
think aren't forfeits
Oh, you're
weighted
right.
differently
Forfeits are
though?
minus 3. Yeah. For game diff. So that's not necessarily true. He probably won other games, but also had 1 to 2 forfeits. So, um, unfortunate for him. We see some of these mon differentials as well. TBL actually with a minus 6 game diff, but a minus 1 mon diff, and that's because I think he had 1 to 2 forfeits. I know he definitely had 1 forfeit. So, and actually he had 1 double forfeit. It was him and Saline the same week. I think it was this week.
Yeah.
They yeah, this week you see there's only 6 wins in the win column and 8 losses. It's because they both forfeited because neither of them communicated at all. So, hoping to avoid that in the future, but because forfeits have always been kind of a problem. But I fraud my way to another 1 seed, right? Because I always fraud my season 2. I had my last 3 weeks were all forfeit wins, so we're making progress. Only getting 2 forfeit wins this season. I wasn't able to pay off the other players as well this season. Kidding. But yeah, me being the 1 seed over Nick really doesn't mean anything. We were both going to be the top player pretty much, or top players pretty much always. Um, at this point at week 4, it was kind of up between Wah and I, to see who could be the number 1. But then Nick played Wah, right? And so if Nick had lost to Wah, then we're all in the running for the top 2. But because Nick won that one, and because I beat Nick, we at that point it was like Nick and I. Once I beat Nick, it was like we're going to be the top 2, and it's not like one of us is going to be clearly ahead of the other. As you saw, his mon differential is just so much higher than mine, partially because of the double forfeit. That does matter. If I had, let's say I won 8-0 both of my games, then I would have a slightly higher. I would have 1 higher of a mon diff, right? Which goes to show how good Nick is. If I won 8-0 for my last 2 weeks, I should only have 1 higher of a mon diff than him. But yeah, we were neck and neck all season. The 1 seed, he wasn't gonna pick Shanji, I wasn't gonna pick Chuckles, so it doesn't really matter for anything. Only for reseeding purposes. But the nice thing is that we won't have to fight each other. And except for maybe finals. If we both make it. Also, I'll never have to fight Wah throughout this season except for finals maybe, which is great because I don't like fighting these guys. They're really good players. So that's pretty funny. Also, some other things to note: P4 had an incredible season as a singles player. Like he should not have had like this good of a season, found this much success. Like that's insane that he, especially not only was he 5-3, but like he broke the record for, I don't know if it was game diff or mon diff or maybe both or something like that, but I think it was game diff. He broke the record for a 5-3 team because like 5-3, like this Alberto and Saline had like pretty normal stats for 5-3 team, so you can see the +3 difference is like pretty insane. Like he had a really good season. Uh, while saying he's mainly a singles player too, but he's just a really good draft player. So like you kind of expect Wada to do well. And yeah, he's a great player. Alberto, really stepping up from last season. He had a decent season last season, but he had a great season this season for sure. So big step up from him. Nick has had like consistent success throughout his time in ODL, but also a big step up for him because he went from the 3 seed season 2 to you subbed in season 3, right?
Yeah, I've
And
played the last like 4 weeks or
and you
something.
went 4-0 in those last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So like you couldn't have like you wouldn't have made it like towards the top of playoffs no matter what because you were taking over a worse team, right? So you couldn't
Mhm.
have really placed much higher than you did. You literally went 4-0. And then so you went from 3 to slightly lower than that to 2, but like just insane success. Like I think I gave you like your I gave you your third ever regular season loss this season. So like you have however many wins, right? I guess it would be 17 wins or something like that. Cuz 4 plus
Yeah.
7 plus 6, right? Um and then
Yeah.
3 losses in the regular season. That's insane. Like really impressive stuff there. Chuckles and Pilza as newcomers, both unfortunately they couldn't have both made playoffs because of how it ended up, but both deserved to. Both had incredible seasons. Pilza, we saw like really turned it around in those last 3 weeks. Almost beat Nick in week 8, and Nick was like dominating all season, and then also had 2 wins before that, right? So it wasn't like just like almost wins. Um, Chuckles, yeah, he went 4-2 after turning around his team. In the first 2 weeks, his team was just pretty rough. I don't think he was ever winning those matchups. But then he just played really well. Shanji lost week 1, turned around their team. Went 4-3 in those last uh 7 weeks. Alberto picked up Azumarill, which was a really big addition for him. In those last few weeks, we saw it put in some crazy work this week. I picked up a Alolan Executor, Lycan Rock, Hippowdon, and Rotom Frost, and dropped my mascot, which was crazy. But I made some pretty big changes there too. Wah made some changes, picking up like Flygon and Scrafty and whatnot. I think his changes were really important. So a lot of these people made some really big changes as well, and I think that was really important to their success. You also had some people like Nick and P4. I don't think made like any changes. You made some, like 1 or 2 in Grace, but like
Yeah, in Grace I did, yeah, but
I
not
think
at
that
the
was it.
deadline.
I don't think P4 picked up like Berserker or like this or dropped Berserker. I think like he did like nothing. And both of you also found success, so it's not like you need to make transactions. I don't think Saline really did, but a lot of other people turned their team around. Like as I said, me and Shanji and Chuckles, especially Shanji and Chuckles, turned their team around completely. Wah made some big changes. Alberto made some big changes. So I think in general, changing around your team if you're not finding success is a good strategy. Rick really carried this team from 0-2 to a very respectable 3-4. Like 3-4. Or sorry, it was he went 3-3 actually in his 6 weeks. And he played some pretty tough opponents as well. So and got the MVP. So he played really well. And so a very impressive season from him too. So we've had a lot of surprise success here. I mean, just looking at like the top half, you can see like look at these last several weeks of like the top 4 players like all won every like they all won their last 2 weeks, right? I again don't really count because I had 2 forfeit wins, but like Alberto did too. Like, you just see so many W's like here. That's kind of insane. It's yeah, P4 dropped very poor end for Berserker, like the smallest change in the world. Um, but yeah, we had a really good season overall, and I'm really impressed with everyone this season. Like the level of competition, season one, it was like pretty low generally, or like it was still there, for sure. It was still a competitive league, but it was not even close to like season two. Season two, it picked up a lot. We had two undefeated teams. It was really just intense competition. Season three, we had two like legit VGC players that were good. Get the top two, and play really incredibly throughout. One of which went undefeated as well. Um, this season we nerfed Arcaladon to the ground, so the team with him didn't even make playoffs. But this season, like, looking at the results, like, not only were there no undefeated teams, it was like Nick and I, like, even though we were one win away from being undefeated, like, looking at the game diff, it's like he dropped 6 games throughout this thing. I dropped 5 games, and with 2 forfeit wins included, right? So, like, we like both still like had struggles and faced adversity. Like Wah had 2 losses as well. And then after us, everyone had 3 or more losses, right? So it's like everyone had to deal with this increased competition. I think that was definitely apparent this season. Like the top 3 teams all fought each other, which is pretty funny. Like there's just some pretty intense sets this season, and it was so cool like watching everyone play, and we were able to keep the competition up or increase the competition while staying like friendly, and I think that's the big thing. Like the community's been so good, and it's been so fun being a part of it. I love ODL and Phalanx forever, you know. And so now let's take a quick look at the MVP race. Here we can see Rick did get the MVP by a lot. Like 12 kills is kind of insane. After season one, my Arcaladon got MVP, but he was only 2 kills behind him, and he was like 5 deaths behind him. I think I went 33-8. He went 31-13, which is like really close. So he had the like he was like just like right kind of behind that for like one of the most impressive MVP performances in history. Though close behind in terms of different, like one behind in differential, we have your Dragonite. Like that thing didn't die until like week 7, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
insane. I remember the first
It
2 weeks.
didn't die until week 8. Yeah.
Oh, it died
Till
week
Till
8.
Pills of this week. Yep.
That's crazy. No, because like you I think Alberto for the reminder, by the way. But like I remember after like week 1 or week 2, like Dragonite and Bishop were generally both like top 3 or 4. And I was like, bro, because Bishop had like 6 kills or something. Like, it was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
My
Yeah, they
guard
both have very big games.
and both were just so good this year. And Bishop, honestly, he's only came into 4 weeks, right? So like in the last part of the season, he wasn't doing as much. But it's like you still have to be prepared for him, obviously. Like if you're not
Yeah.
prepared for him, then he could really destroy you.
Yeah. I think
So
his 13 kills were in 2 games, but he came into 4.
well, what? Yeah, I remember when he came against me, I was like, I built my team to like counter your 6 point Pokemon. Like I was so over prepared for Bisharp because I was like, I don't want this guy to destroy me. Like, please. um, yeah, he's so scary. We see, yeah, you have 2 Mons up here in the top 10, which is really impressive. Chuckles has Torkoal and Snorlax also top 15. Alberto got 3 Mons top 15 with his Mamo, Incin, and Polt, which is really impressive. Pills got a Mon up here. Raphael got 2 Mons up here. Magnezone kind of sneaking in. Uh, uh, who else? Saline with his T-Tar put in crazy work. T-Tar was definitely his MVP this season. TBL Scizor went crazy for like 2 games, and then like was kind of mid, but like those 2 games were really important for him. P4's Volcarona was definitely like his biggest like hitter because he had slacking, but slacking is pretty dependent on wheezing to be effective. Volk was just always good. Volk was just always
Mhm.
amazing. So, really valuable Pokemon there for him. Definitely the MVP of his team. And Garchomp, bro. I wish I could have played 8 weeks with Garchomp because I would have had to like double my get the kills that I got in 6 weeks in 2 weeks, right? To pass Rick. But like I would have put up a fight. I would have got closer, right?
You would have been at least number 2 with Garchomp.
Yeah. I could have got at least 3 kills or 4 kills. Actually, I would have needed 4 kills to pass Dragonite. I could have got 4 kills in 2 weeks for sure, but it's fine.
But
Garchomp
Rick put up some
was
crazy
great,
numbers with
anyways.
Ursa.
Oh yeah, Rick was his goal this season was to get Ursaluna MVP, and he definitely did. So, um, and then before we leave you guys, we also have to do something that I totally didn't forget about for like the third time in a row. But that's Elysium and Fields. So, yeah, I kind of forgot about that. But I think Wah put up a pretty cool performance. He had a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Like Terra Ground Polyhead with Water Absorb over Drizzle. That's pretty fire. The mixed Raj was pretty awesome.
That was really cool. Yeah.
He played really well in general, but so I think you'd be a contender for sure.
Mhm.
Um, I think yeah, TVL didn't play that bad. I don't think it would be fair to give it to him. P4 kind of did what he did in general, which is like playing really solidly. So I don't think he really knocked my socks off, but had a pretty solid performance. Saline, I think his prep was not the greatest. He like put up a little bit more of a fight game too, but it was just kind of always doomed. Honestly, I never felt like he had a great chance to win this, so maybe a consideration for Fields, but I would not a strong one. Um, I thought you and Pills had a great set. I would not give this to Pills at all. He
Mhm.
made you earn this, even though
Yeah.
you did win in general. He got 2 kills in both these games, and he dropped or made you drop a game, which is like rare. um, you only dropped a game in 3 sets, right? And you had 5 sets where you went 1-0, I think.
I think so.
Um, so yeah,
Something like that.
something along those lines. But you played really well this season, and he put up such a good performance into you. Again, even though he lost, I wouldn't consider him. You showed off your swagger mirror herb tech, which was pretty awesome. Your own tempo swagger. You lost game 2, which hurts.
All right.
But you played a really solid game 1 as well. Um, and I think your positioning was pretty good. So I think you're definitely a consideration for Elysium. Um, I wanted to say Shanji for Fields. He turned it around a lot game 2, and I think that's enough to
Mhm.
probably save him. But like the Bronzong set could have never beat Ursaluna. I'm sure I could have never beat Dusclops unless he Dusclops Terrad, which is unfortunate. I think he played game 1 very poorly. I think game 2 was really where he turned it around, and because he played so well at game 2, I'm pretty hesitant to give it to him. So,
Mhm.
um, I would say he's probably out of consideration. Chuckles definitely in Elysium consideration. He played like super
Yeah.
well. Just like fried him in 4 turns both games. By the way,
Yeah.
um,
Only
I
dropped a single mon. J-
I think
Just played very well.
I think in general like sweeps are kind of less likely to get Elysium, but he did just play
Mhm.
like so well that I think it's still a consideration for sure. Raphael like also maybe it's one of those things where it's more of a loss for Raphael than a win for Chuckles, just because Raphael like didn't Terra, kind of didn't change the strategy a ton, never clicked Rain
Yeah.
Dance with Meowstic or even brought it. So like I don't know.
Yeah. It was the same kind of Frostpoint Anchor Point, Frostpoint, Frost Breath Anchor Point set
Yeah.
that we had seen a few times in a row, and yeah, Chuckles was well prepared for it.
Yeah, the Worry C Tech was awesome. So both of
Yeah.
them, I mean, like, are in consideration for the respective things. And then Alberto played pretty well as well. I would say his
Yep.
positioning was great. He kind of boomed Soup a lot of the time. Soup generally played well, but like it was kind of not much he could do. And with the Slowbros that he brought, it was pretty doomed. So, I'd say the strongest contenders for Elysium are probably Wa and uh, probably Wa and Chuckles. And then for
Mm.
Fields, it's probably Raphael and TBL and Saline. So that's what I would say.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that makes a lot of sense.
yeah, now we are going to just show you what the playoff bracket looks like. You can see here, I am fighting Shanji. Also, all of these matches have already been played, but we're not gonna spoil them, obviously. So I'm playing Shanji. Nick is playing Chuckles. Wa is playing Saline, and P4 is playing Alberto. Um, I already played Shanji, but it was week 1, and his team looks very different now than it did then. So it's hard for me to say like I have a strong advantage, but I did choose him for a reason. I think my matchup in him is pretty good. I think your matchup into Chuckles is pretty decent, but I actually was kind of before the match was played. I was a little concerned for uh that like you probably like out of all of these top 3 matchups, I think you have the worst. Actually, I guess out of the top 4 seeds, you maybe have the worst matchup into your opponent that you chose. P4 has the worst matchup in Alberto, but he didn't get to choose
Yeah.
that. I think Alberto or P4 would have rather played anyone besides Alberto, um, which is unfortunate for him, but it's just neither Wa or I wanted to play our friend. And Wa has a really good matchup into Saline, as a rain team, into the sand team, and like sand team also having Rotom Heat, and like it's just like there's kind of not a whole lot I imagine Saline could do into Wa. I think you and Chuckles would be pretty close. P4 Alberto might be pretty close, and I don't really know how Shanji would I don't really know how Shanty would match up with me because both of us have new teams now. Um,
Mhm.
but I think I have a pretty favorable matchup there. So yeah, that is gonna be about it for us. Do you have anything you really want to say?
Not really. It was a really fun season. Had a ton of fun with all y'all, and looking forward to playoffs and hopefully doing okay this time. I've been early bounced pretty early from playoffs both times, so hopefully I do okay this time.
That's true. You, despite your like being the best regular season player, also, fun fact: Nick has now passed me for winning percentage in regular season. He's now officially the best regular season player for anyone who's played more than one season. Like
Well,
he's
I
just,
gotta stop now then.
which is pretty impressive. Um, but he's struggled in playoffs, as he said, in seasons 2 and 3. 3 kind of wasn't his fault because he was one of the lower seeds because he took over a team that was already struggling. So again, he went 4-0 when he was playing. So it's like that wasn't really his fault. Um, season 2, it was unfortunate as well. But here, he's now coming in as the 2 seed, which is the highest seed he's ever been. So he not only doesn't have gets to choose his opponent here, he's playing the 8 seed, but he also doesn't have to fight me no matter what, right? And so he doesn't have to fight the 1 seed no matter what. Worst case scenario, he has to fight like Wa. Is probably his worst matchup out of anyone here. Um, I think your matchup into Saline is pretty decent. I'm not really sure about Alberto or P4. Maybe you don't love your P4 matchup, but it's not like that bad. If all the top
Yeah.
4 seeds win, you're playing Wa. I'm playing P4. If there are any upsets, then it looks different. But if there's actually if it's us 3 that win, or actually if I win, I guess, and there are any other upsets, then I will play whoever the Cinderella or sure whoever's trying to play the Cinderella run. Um, but yeah, you are probably in your best position. Actually, definitely in your best position ever to make a finals run or at least make a semifinals run. Um, so looking forward to that. If I do fight you in playoffs, it'll have to be in finals. Same with Wa. Um, and so I know that if it is you versus Wa, I don't really want to fight either of you guys. So like ideally, one of you guys loses your quarterfinals matchup. And then I can just I have a good matchup into Saline. It would be kind of nice if I got to fight
Hmm.
Saline. Chuckles, I
Yeah.
don't have the greatest matchup into, but my matchup into him improved a lot, so it wouldn't be as bad. Um, Alberto, I thought I also have a pretty good matchup into. Still not a player I want to fight. I also don't want to fight my friend, but
Hmm.
um, we'll kind of see how it plays out. And we will be doing the quarterfinals and semifinals in the same stream, right? And then finals and consolation will also be the same stream. So if you make it to semis and you lose, you're still going to be playing another game. Even that'll be on stream. So even if it's low stakes, it's like you get bragging rights over the person. So you know that if I'm losing semifinals, that I'm gonna at least have a really fun tech in my consolation game. But I'm not planning on it. I'm planning on making finals, and if I make finals, I know I'm not going to lose finals, right? Like I would not let myself do that, but we'll see. I mean, no promises, no guarantees, and I think you're also a really strong contender. Not looking forward to rematching you if I have to. Wah is a really scary team that I really don't want to fight, and I think the top three teams are probably the three scariest teams for a reason. Um, so that's why the one seed is probably this is really where the one seed really comes into play because I don't have to fight you guys until
Hmm.
finals, which is really nice. The guaranteed. So I think
Yeah.
it'll be a really fun playoffs and good luck to everybody involved. Though if you're playing me, bad luck, you know. All right. Well,
May your rock slides miss.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But thank you for joining me, Nick, and you had a great
Yeah.
season. And thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you for quarters and semis. Peace.